How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Softwaring, welcome back to Hard Mode, and welcome for the final time back to Nerdrosoft. I made a small change to our hardware building since the last episode. I decided to go ahead and add another floor to the top of this, not a tower, and I did that because I wanted to create a space where we could put team leaders, or project leaders. They're also team leaders, but they're mostly going to be project leaders. Now, in the last episode, of course, we discovered that we could put a project leader in their own little office space, which we've done right here with the games project leader. But if I want to do that for all of my projects, I need more space, and so I figured the top of this building would be a great space for it. And so now we have 4 offices up here. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and, oh, you want a bit of a raise, and you also want a private office or a golden handshake. Okay, so you get a bonus if their employment is terminated equal to 5 years pay. Sure, you can have a golden handshake. That's totally fine. That's a lot of money, so we're not going to be firing you, is what that says to me. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is switch this out for the project lead games team, and so our games project leader is going to get that corner office, and then I can go ahead and say that this is no longer going to be for our games project leader. Now, what I would like to do is I want to go into manage teams, and I want to go and essentially create a bunch of new teams. So we're going to go and say new team down here. We're going to go project lead, and I'm going to just copy this because I'm going to do it a couple of times, and we're going to do one for tools. We're going to do one for hardware as well. And we're going to do one for, I guess, office software, just like that. Now, I'm not going to hire anybody for these teams at the moment. There's not really much point, especially considering when we did do that for the games, it ever so slightly screwed things up, and it might continue to screw things up because Roaster Coaster 7 is due to go into beta. And it was due to go into beta last month. It still hasn't because we don't have the action points for it. So what I'm going to do is let my office software project go ahead and release the desk to this month, February 2021. And so once that's done, we can get them a new project lead. Instead of Reggie Carr, it can be a new person who can perhaps have pretty good experience in whatever. It doesn't really matter what they have experience in. These guys are only making one thing, so it's not that big of a deal. But then we can do similar with our tools team. They have Cruz Lewis, who is a new project lead on this because Sophia Coleman happened to quit. So this project is actually going slow. So actually, to be brutally honest, it might be a really good idea to get a dedicated team leader for the tools project now as opposed to later on, especially since they just got a new one. So we'll go and hire a designer, and they're going to be going on project lead, what is it, tools? Yeah, so they're going on tools. There's nothing to filter by, so that's fine. We'll just begin looking. We're going to look for skill, and we have a bunch of design, a bunch of programming. That's pretty solid. Not a lot of marketing, but honestly, not the end of the world. Laurie McKenzie, congratulations, you are going into the project lead tools team and you are hired. So that'll work out. We could probably look at getting some other people in here. To be brutally honest, we could get Mary Doyle for, I mean, they need automation. That's obviously a big deal, but Mary Doyle could maybe go on the hardware team. You could maybe go, well, actually not you. I need someone with programming. Do we have anyone else with programming? We actually don't. So let's get Mary Doyle, I guess, on something. I'm going to say office, I think, since it's the next one that'll be getting swapped out. So congratulations, you're hired. If I go to both of these teams, in fact, if I go to all of them and manage roles, everyone is a leader, which is fantastic. So tools and office software need to be assigned some offices up here. So you are going to be tools, just like so, and you are going to be office software, just like so. And then what we can do is go in and swap out the leader on this to be Laurie McKenzie. And then the office software, I think they did just release it, so we can go and swap out this for, let's see, Mary Doyle. So that should be good. That should keep us sorted. That gives those project leads that exact thing to work on. That's all they need to do. They don't work on anything else. And so let's see if the desk 2 is any good. It is great. It's inspiring. The desk was outstanding and inspiring, so the original was better. Hopefully this one will be okay. We can go ahead and port it to a bunch of things while we're here. So we'll get that done. And I suppose, I mean, that's a lot of porting jobs that we have going on, but hopefully we can stay on top of those. Hopefully we can figure those out. I don't necessarily want to get more people porting things, but we will see. Regardless, let's let the game run and just see how things go. I don't think the desk released. Yeah, it just released, so we're not going to see how it does in terms of profits. It does have prominent marketing, though, which is perfect. So here's hoping for good things from the desk. Now, looking at it, it made $636,000 in 2 weeks, so we're projecting about $1 million a month, which is okay. It needs to make $1 million to break into a profit, so I'm kind of all right with that. It's not amazing profits, but it's just enough to keep me happy. And what's also good is we have got our team leaders coming in here and doing their thing, although we seem to be missing one of them, who I assume I didn't assign. So the office guys happen to need this space here. I'm not 100% sure where I assigned them to, but there you go. The project lead office can go work in there. And let's take a look at games. So it turns out you only need one development action point to push something into beta. So hopefully between now and July, we can get 3 development action points so that we can go ahead and push Roaster Coaster 7 out to the people. I'm not 100% sure that we can do that. I'm also going to keep an eye on Frederick Thomas and see where he goes, because he does like to eat. I mean, we all do. I like food, I'm not going to lie. It's part of the reason I keep putting on weight. But I want to make sure he's not going super long distances to get food, which I'm worried he might do. In fact, I realize I should probably come down here and make sure that all of my project leads can use this this lounge down here. And I might even go so far as trying to get my hands on some kind of canteen in this building, because to be totally honest, I think they might need one. Now let me take a look here at tools. We do have some points getting generated, which is fantastic. Nothing due to release until next year, so that's actually okay. And then for office software, when are they wanting to release this? May 2023. Wow, that's going to be a pretty distance. Okay, so tools and office software are actually probably going to be fine. I think games are about the only issue that we have in terms of project management and releases. So I suppose we just sit around and kind of wait for games to get released, and hopefully the project sorts itself out. Oh, Sniffer 5 has been brought forward. It's now going to be a September 2021 release, which is, I mean, fair enough. It's not queued, it's aiming for September, so it has that time to get some development action points from the new team leader. I wasn't expecting that. I've got to be honest, was not expecting that to get brought forward. What's also got me a bit concerned is that the games project still doesn't have even a single development action point, so there is a solid chance that Roaster Coaster 7 is going to miss its release date. And what's also annoying about this is I have no idea where Frederick Thomas is. This guy seems to just disappear for periods of time and runs off to do this, that, and the other. Now, I do think part of the reason that happens is because there is no canteen in the hardware building. So I think what I need to do is I need to go and build a canteen in the hardware building. Before I do that, I do just want to draw attention to the fact that we're making pretty good money. 44 million in sales in April. We've had pretty good sales from the Desk 2. It's up to 4 million in profit. Commander Stabby Face 3 is 15 million in profit. Bucket 5, 73 million. Soundscape 6, 60 million. So money is rolling in. We're still doing pretty well there, which is lovely news. I am just disappointed that one of our biggest franchises is going to have a delayed launch of its 7th installment, but I suppose that is what it is. What I will do, though, like I said, is I'm going to try and build some kind of canteen in here. And it's not going to be anything too crazy, but we'll do something that's, I guess we'll go for like a decent size. We'll try and get a good number of cooks in here and try and make this thing as good as it can possibly be. And while I'm doing this, I want to take a second to talk about my buildings and blueprints and stuff like that, because I did see a couple of comments that were asking if I was going to be putting my blueprints up on the Steam Workshop, and I absolutely am. There should be, if I remember properly, which if I haven't put the links there, please do let me know on Discord, Twitter, in the comments, whatever. I will absolutely get around to it if I have forgotten. I am going to go ahead and put up all of my buildings, if it lets me. There was one building, I think, in the last series that was misbehaving and it wouldn't let me upload it for some reason, but assuming everything's fine, every building that I've built in this series, I will go ahead and put it up on the Steam Workshop. You can go ahead and download those and add them to the game and have a good time if that's what you're all about. So those will be there for everybody, if you so happen to want them. As for this canteen, I mean, we're just gonna go relatively simple on this, to be honest. Nothing too crazy, just a whole bunch of lights around the outside. We'll get one in the middle there as well. That seems like a pretty good setup. So we'll go ahead and copy the tables around a little bit as well. I'm hoping I can get a decent little layout on this, which I think that is probably fine. We can get one in the middle as well, which does annoyingly block that light. So we'll go ahead and just put some lights around like this. And I think that's probably fine. It's nothing too crazy, but it kind of does the job. So let's go ahead and grab this blue, and we'll set that to be the same blue on these chairs, since I think that looks kind of nice. I do want to bring that blue through to the floors in here as well. So the floors can be, oh, that's the exterior. The floors can be this color, which I think is fine. It's a bit bright. It is a little bit bright in there, but that's probably fine. I do think we should bring the exterior color through here as well, just looking at it. So the exterior is that. The exterior material can be bricks. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. All right, so that's gonna be the canteen. In terms of actual food things, serving tables, we'll do one here. We'll go ahead and get one here, and I think I can get another one right there. It's gonna be a little bit cramped to get through to the kitchen, but that should be fine. So that's gonna be a decent canteen. I do think that floor needs its material change though, because just looking at it, that sort of grimy looking material's not the best. So go for a nice bright blue. We can maybe bring that through to this space as well. So the interiors will be this, the floors will be this, and the colors in the floors will be that right there. In fact, I might even say that the color on this floor could be that color, just to be a little bit different. So let's give that a shot. In terms of lights for the kitchen, we'll go simple on this one as well. I actually do like that color for a floor. So for the kitchen, like I said, we'll go really simple. We'll just go for maybe just 4 stoves. I don't know that we need more than that. I've got to be honest. I don't know that we need more than 4 of them. So we'll start with 4 and we'll work from there. That'll be just fine. This will be our canteen. So we'll go ahead and set this to be the canteen. And the question I have is, do we have a room group for this building? We actually don't. So we need to go to room groups. We need to say new room group. We need to say hardware building. And then what we can do is assign both of these rooms to the hardware building. And then when we hire some cooks, they get assigned to the hardware building and everything should be perfect. So let's go into build mode. Let's go to manage staff and let's go to hire, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. These guys are going to come in at 7 in the morning. and they are going to be assigned to the hardware building. We'll go and say 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. These guys can come in at 12, is that 12 noon? That is 12 noon. They can come in at noon, leaving at 4. And they're also going to be assigned to the hardware building. And then I'm going to say 1 and 2 can come in at 5 o'clock and also be assigned to the hardware building. Because I don't know if anyone works nights in the hardware building. I don't remember. So we'll give that a shot. In fact, I could probably just check if anyone works nights in this building. Do we have, let's sort by names. Do we have any night shift teams? We actually do. So let's just change that up a little bit on staff there. Let's hire 2 more cooks coming in at 5, and they can be assigned to hardware. And maybe we spread this out a little bit further. So 7 to 11, then maybe these guys come in at 2 o'clock, and maybe these guys come in at 8 o'clock. And that sort of spreads it out a little bit. So that should give us plenty of food in the hardware building. That should keep those employees nice and happy. And I just want to make sure that I got the right color for these desks in here. So select all of those. And object color is this. There we go. So that looks fine. That should, hopefully, keep my employees in this building and stop them from running off to other buildings to get their food. At least it will when the cooks come in, which... not 100% sure when that's going to be, but it should. This should help us out a little bit. Oh, there we go. We've got the cooks coming in, laying out a whole bunch of food in the hardware building. That should keep the staff really happy here, and that should help them out in a pretty big way. That's actually a lot of food right there. So hopefully that means that the leaders up here aren't going to be going too far, and that they can manage to do a good job. Now, oh no. So I guess we did generate a development action point, but I think it might have been used to put Hell Fortress into actual development, because it's gone and Hell Fortress is now no longer queued. It is being developed. That's bad. That's really not good at all. That's a bit of a problem right there. So I think it's guaranteed now that Roaster Coaster 7 is going to get delayed, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of sucks. I'm not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you swap out your project leads, and well, we kind of knew this would happen. At the very least, it seems like the tools team is doing a great job. We've got everything in the works. Like I said, Sniffer 5 was brought forward. Morph 6 is in alpha. Bucket 6 is in design. So, good things across the board there. Soundscape 6 is not in progress at all, but it will be at some point. Desk 3 is doing just fine. It's aiming for May 2023 anyway, so it's, you know, it's a couple of years out. So overall, I mean, swapping out the leaders seems to be working. Having a canteen down here seems to be working. Have you got your feet? What the hell do you think you're doing? What is this? I've never seen them do this before. That's new. I swear I've never seen them do this. What do you mean no computer available? Hello? I mean, there's no computer available in this building, but why does Game Dev 4... So what is this? That's my porting teams. Game Dev 2, Game Dev 2. I never put Game Dev 4 in an office either. Oh my god. Alright, Game Dev 4 goes in there. You guys can actually go and work. Wow. Alright. Well, while we're looking at this this tower, let's go ahead and do a thing. Because there is a way to build atriums. I don't think I can bring up the what do you call it, the patch notes from within the game, but there is now a way to do that, and it's not by deleting this room is what I can tell you right there. So I guess it's the atrium tool. Increase the height of a room. All right. So can I do this? Walls cannot intersect. Oh, the rooms have to be identical. Interesting. Okay, so if I no longer have this as a pillar, and I go and say, merge those rooms, let me select all of the furniture in here as well, and let's see what we gotta do. Are these doors in the same place? I honestly, I think they are. So if, what is it? 2 back, 1 across, 1 down. All right, so this, that, and that, I think that lines up. So now walls cannot intersect. All right. I don't think that's exactly what I've done, I guess. Oh, I figured it out. All I have to do is this. I just have to not have a floor up there, and then I can extend it. That looks amazing. That looks so good. I actually genuinely love that. So let's totally mess up some more of the design of my building by, oh man, this is gonna be terrible. By doing this, let me do this. It's not gonna let me do that because is that a room? That's not a room. Delete you. Can I just extend this further? Oh my god. Oh, look at it. That's actually so good. That is such a cool thing. Let's turn that into a room. Let's do this. Because here's the thing, right? We have this like balcony. Apparently, if I like split this, I can somehow make this like a functional thing. Like I can't do that. Okay, how can I get like a cool looking oh my god. Wait, that's not exactly how I wanted that to be. I kind of wanted it to be the other way, where the balcony's like, I don't know, on this side. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool thing. Sorry, I've gone full sort of fanboy mode, but I think that's so good. Like, look at it. I can have like, I could put some doors just like right here and here. I can put some, like a window here. And we've got like a balcony overlooking the lobby. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Now, if I go and try and put some lights in here, don't they like extend the whole way up now? Yeah, they totally do. Can I hang lights at any height? Like, is that a thing? So if I wanted lights to be like here, oh, and they don't extend down, which is okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. Because I do want this space to be kind of bright. But then if I go down a little bit, I can put a light there and a light there, and those hang lower, brightening up more. Oh my god, that is so cool. Sorry, I actually love that. I genuinely love that. I think that's such a cool looking thing. So you can have lights up here to brighten up that space, lights down here to brighten up that space. We don't need these doors, although I wonder, can I build like, oh, hold on a second. Hold on one friggin' second. Can I, so it's not gonna let me do that. Can I build a wall from here? I really wish it would let me, but I don't think it will. Can I do, oh, that's not a straight line at all. So I can do that, right? Can I do one from here to there? Because if I could do that, it would mean we could have like a, oh, we can't enclose balcony. If I could, we could have like an isolated balcony there, but no, we can't. That's okay. That's not the end of the world. Let's just do some windows up there. Oh, those are way off center. All right, let's not quite do it like that. Let's do, oh, that's not great either. Can I get windows that don't look terrible? There we go. A little bit of wall sticking through, but that's totally fine. We got some windows overlooking that space. We could do a nice big window up there, but honestly, I think we just move this guy. I think this guy gets moved up onto this wall. So the logo is like up in the atrium. That's so cool. That's such a cool thing. Oh my god, this is like, you can start, like, you can build pretty cool stuff in Software Inc. now with this. I'm just saying, you can go kind of nuts in this if you really want to. I love this. I really love the balcony. That's such a cool little touch. And the fact that I could like put art up on these walls as well. That's so good, man. Okay, let's just put some stuff in here so I can I can move on. I just want to have this window sort of wrap around the way it did before, just like that. And we can do a window that sort of wraps around just up here as well, so that I can move on and I can do literally anything else. Do I want big windows in the middle there? I kind of do and I kind of don't. Can I put this on the outside of a building? I'm gonna say no, right? Yeah. Okay, so I can't put this on the outside of a building. I could put it up there though, which I also kind of like. I think that's pretty cool. Can I copy this logo and put it on the front of the building? Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, we got an Atrium, we got our logo on there. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't care what anyone thinks. I think Atriums are the coolest friggin' thing. That's got me really happy. Oh, look at it, man. How good is that? We got rid of those 2 useless rooms above the lobby as well. What are you complaining about? I don't care. I've got Atriums. There's $140. Leave me alone. Okay, so moving on from that, it is now July 2021, and Roaster Coaster 7 has 15,000 followers. It's in beta. It's due to release this month. I don't suspect it's going to, because it just doesn't have the points. It just doesn't have the development points. So we might be slightly screwed on this one. We might have another game that's just not going to go out on time, and that's almost making me wonder if, you know, Legend of Gendru, well, no, 2023, yeah, no, we'll be fine. I think a year of not releasing anything will be fine for the games team. I need to just let this process happen, is what I think I need to do, because as annoying as it is, I think it will fix itself once we get these games out there. And the fact is that sitting here and being like, man, I'm so annoyed, it's not going to do anything. You know, Frederick Thomas isn't going to generate any development points any quicker because I'm annoyed at him. Oh, Frederick, you're annoying me. So I guess we do just kind of wait around, and that's okay. I mean, 2022 is hopefully going to be a better year for the company. We also do have something else coming out this year, but 2022 we have what do we got coming out? Oh, we have Universe 4 and Obsidian 3. Oh boy. Oh boy, two more pieces of hardware that are probably gonna fail. But we do also have Frame, which is likely to come out next year. It's coming along. It's a bit slow, although it could be prioritized, which would help it a little bit. So yeah, I guess we just accept the fact that the company is a little behind right now, but that next year could be huge. You know, I've just realized it's September 2021 and we are due to release Sniffer 5 this month, but the Tools project also doesn't have any development action points because I'm assuming Morph 6 probably got moved into alpha. So Sniffer 5 is also going to be delayed, which is a bit of a problem. So here's what I'm thinking. We're likely to see Roaster Coaster 7 delayed until 2022, which is a big issue because that might knock on to Hell Fortress, which might delay that. I'm starting to no longer see this as a necessity and a real thing. I'm starting to see this as an actual problem. I might have to cancel some projects is what I'm thinking here, because we kind of we probably want to go back to the drawing board on some of this and just let the development side of things ramp up a little bit. So we might have to do that. We really might have to just cancel a lot of these projects, go back to the drawing board, let the teams build back up with the new leader and see what happens. But here's what I'm going to do. A lot of this stuff is going to get pushed into 2022. I don't think we're going to see Roaster Coaster 7 this side of 2022. I don't think we're going to see Sniffer 5 this side of 2022. So, as bad as that is, it could give us a huge 2022. So let's start marketing Frame. Now, if we look at our event calendar, we can look at 2022. We have Universe 4 in February. We have Morph 6, allegedly, in August. We have Obsidian 3 in October. We have nothing in Q2, but I think Q2 would be too early for this to be done. Now, there are a few things coming out in December, but none of those are computer operating systems. So, what I'm thinking we do is we aim for December 2022 for Frame, and that's when I'm going to hit for a release date. So just about a year and 3 months from now, that's going to be the goal for the Frame release. I'm setting myself that target because I really don't want this dragging on forever. I don't want it to be another Bucket Blue situation. There is a hard sort of limit on how long I'm going to let this project run on for. There is no need for it to go on forever. So we'll see what happens here. We will absolutely see what happens. I'm pretty confident we can probably get it finished. But if for whatever reason it's not 100% done in terms of its alpha stage, if it's not in beta by like March 2022, it will be moved into beta and it can go from there. Because otherwise, it's just not going to be good enough. So that's a little scary, I'll be honest. I'm also going to go ahead and start ramping up the porting of other software here because I realize my port teams aren't doing too much. So we'll go ahead and get them working on those two porting jobs. And to be honest, I'll just ramp this one down and let them run that one and let them run that one as well. So we'll just keep those 4 porting tasks going ahead and they can chill and do their thing. And by the way, this game runs at a crawl with this many employees. It really does. It's not a bad problem to have, though, having a, relatively successful company and a lot of people working for you, but definitely, the game definitely struggles a little bit with this many people. But like I said, it's now ticking over into October 2021, and yeah, so we missed the release date on this guy. This guy might actually get like a January release, to be quite honest. I don't see Roaster Coaster 7 coming anytime soon, though, which is kind of disappointing, but it's fine. The desk, the office software, no problems there. Absolutely no problems there. We could go and look at office software, and I'm not missing anything, am I? Audio tools are in there. I think we have got everything at this stage, which is good. Am I just imagining it, or did we at one point have different types of office software that you could make? I feel like at one point, that might have been a mod that did that, but I feel like you used to be able to specify the type of office software that you were making. I don't remember when they got rid of that, or if they ever did. I might be imagining it. It might have been a different game that I'm thinking of, but I swear that was once a thing. Anyway, let's get this press release out for Frame. It has a few followers, and with the hype, hopefully that will continue to increase. I'm not expecting any miracles from Frame in terms of its followers. We are completely unknown in the computer operating system market, but hopefully it's good. Hopefully it can be successful. It will be the last piece of software that I personally oversee for this company. It can then, Frame 2, Frame 3, Frame 4, we can imagine they'll be thrown into project management, and at that point, everything is project managed. Obviously, there are adjustments I could make. I could make things a little bit more efficient for sure, but this is what I like. I like this being my goal for Software Inc. I like getting to a point where everything's automated. Even if it's not perfect, we're at least seeing some growth. We're at least seeing iterations of things get a little bit better. We've seen Obsidian, from Obsidian, where's the original? It was, what, minus 34 million. Obsidian 2 was minus 21 million. So Obsidian 2, I mean, let's take a look here. 17,000 units sold on Obsidian in the last 4 years. Obsidian 2 came out 2 years ago and sold 52,000. So it sold like roughly three times-ish the number of units. It's still not a success. It still didn't make a profit, but it is better So hopefully Obsidian 3 will be better again and will sell maybe double, maybe 100,000 units. Nerdrosoft Universe 1, 134,000 units sold. Universe 2, 205,000 units sold. Universe 3, 255,000 units sold. So again, we're seeing some growth there. You know, we're seeing the automated releases get a little bit better as time goes by and as the teams get to iterate and keep working on them. So as frustrating as it is, you know, when things aren't as amazing as I'd like them to be, I do like seeing the iteration. I like imagining the stories in there. And this is where I start getting really nerdy about these games, but I imagine, you know, what are the meetings? What are they saying? What are they planning? What are they thinking, right? We put out Universe. It wasn't very good. How do we make the next one better? The next one needs to be this much better. The one after that needs to be this much better. And I feel like, you know, it's a cool story, right? You start out in the garage, you build up to a $1.7 billion company in 41 years. And it is 41 years, right? If we look at employees and sort by years at company, yeah. 41 years I've been at Nerdrosoft. You can see there I've got my gray hair. Where am I at the minute anyway? I'm right here. So there's me, right? I'm looking a little bit, let's switch out the camera mode. Where the hell am I? There I am. I'm looking a bit old. Oh, God. God, I don't look great. I think it's, I think it's safe to say I don't look great. I'm feeling my age for sure, but this is 41 years of software development. This is $1.7 billion in revenue in 41 years. I'd say I'm looking all right. I've still got my beard. I've still got my beard color. So, you know, it's not all bad. Now, something I am going to go through here and do is queue up a bunch of my software to be ported to Frame so that as soon as my computer operating system releases, it will have a bunch of things on there. I'm also going to say that Hell Fortress 4 and just all of my games can be ported to all of our operating systems, all of the operating systems that aren't out yet. And this way, hopefully, even Desk Original can go over to this. I'm just going to try and port everything that I can to Frame, because that way, hopefully, we can have, like I said, just as many people as possible. Absolutely everything here. You know, Roaster Coaster 6 can get moved over to all of the new operating systems. Sniffer 4 can get moved over to those operating systems, and we could go even further if we wanted to, but that is a lot of porting jobs to be done there. It's a lot of individual porting jobs, so it shouldn't take forever to do those, but it's a lot of tasks for my porting team, so hopefully they can get that done, hopefully they can figure that out, and hopefully it doesn't take forever to port all of those things, but it will hopefully encourage people to adopt the new operating systems. It's just a lot. That's a lot of systems to be working on, but they're not doing a bad job. They're making decent progress down there, so hopefully they're not going to be too miserable whilst working on it, but we'll keep an eye on them. We'll make sure that they're not absolutely miserable. So this is interesting. This is the second time the game has actually crashed when it tries to tick over to the second week of December 2021. What I'm thinking is going on here, and I've done no experimenting with this, so I'll continue to do it, and don't worry, this isn't going to be a weird sort of impromptu end to the series. I'm going to try and fix this. I think, I'm just theorizing that I wonder if the fire inspector doesn't know what to do with an atrium. I'm kind of wondering if this is causing a problem when it tries to tick over to the point of the game where usually the fire inspector would come in and be like, hey, dum-dum, you have a problem. I wonder if the fire inspector doesn't know what this room is from like a game dev point of view. So I'll close this, I'll load it back up. I think we're going to have to lose the atrium, unfortunately, and we can investigate. Actually, it seems like just removing the balcony has dealt with the issue, so maybe it's a case of the fire inspector not knowing what the balcony is, although at the same time I also didn't get prompted to have a fire inspector come by, so I have no idea what was causing the crash, but it did happen 2 or 3 times while trying to go from week 1 in December to week 2. So there's maybe something with the balcony there. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to investigate that, and I'll end up putting in some kind of bug report about it, because I don't want to be like, oh, there's the problem, the game's broken, and then, you know, not put in a bug report. I don't want to be that person, especially since I'm making a video on it. I think it'd be really kind of just gross as like a YouTuber to be like, oh man, here's this like crippling bug, and then never, you know, report it. That just seems lame. So I'll deal with that. I think what we'll do is just replace the balcony with a bunch of windows, because this seems kind of, I don't know, this seems kind of cool. So we'll go ahead and take out these windows here, and the atrium is now just going to be a whole bunch of glass, which, I mean, this is still really cool to me. I'm going to be honest. I think the atrium thing is still, it's still like the coolest thing. I've wanted atriums in softwaring for years. So this is genuinely a huge deal for me. I might even do that. Like, that looks really cool. Oh my God. I love it. I genuinely love it. We do have this enormous open space here now. Not really too sure what we do with this. Maybe we go and do, I don't know, some kind of wall like this. Maybe some kind of wall like this. We can put some archways in here to open it up a little bit. And I suppose something like this will do the job. Nothing super fancy, but it has a bunch of TVs, it has some chairs, and it's just sort of a nice, weird lobby looking area. I decided just closing it off with some archways was probably fine, so that's what we've got here. I think it looks fine, and I just love the glass in the atrium. So let's just let the game keep ticking along. I'm thinking that Frame is actually going to be on track to get into beta in probably February. And then for all of this porting down here, I'm just going to go through and gradually bring individual jobs up to priority 10, and we'll try and get them all done in a reasonable amount of time. I don't think we're going to see all of them ported ahead of time. I think there's going to be a lot of these things that still need to be ported after things like Obsidian 3 and what's in Universe 3 or whatever they are. It's going to be a little bit, but at the very least, the jobs are in progress, so we'll get there. We'll get some releases onto the new operating systems, and I'm just gonna slow the game down as we get towards midnight, just to make sure it doesn't crash as it ticks over again, which it hasn't. There we go. Okay. All right. It's January 2022. Third or fourth time's the charm on that one. Now here's a little something I think I'm gonna try and do. There's a bunch of software, a whole bunch of software that just came out in December 2021. So it came out in the last 4 weeks. So why don't we use some of our $1.7 billion to go and strike up some exclusivity deals? I mean, this thing hasn't made that much money. They want 12 million. That's fine. I'm going to keep this exclusive. Can I keep it for 10 years? They'll not let me do it 10 years. They want 20 million for 8 years exclusivity. I could see that. I'm not really interested in 8 years though. Give me like 2 years, 16 million. Sure. There you go. Mobile phone is a new phone that's come out. It is great. It's visionary. Oh God, that's going to sell a lot. It's done 84,000 sales and it just came out. How much for the IP? They're not interested. I don't blame them. They've just done what I couldn't do over the course of the last few years. House Gangs Manager 9, 42 million to get that to be exclusive. Ugh. It has sold a lot though, so I might do it. Honestly, sure, let's do it. Let's invest in our platform. What's that? 140 something, 42 million. Sure, let's do it. 170, 48 million. Sure. Audible Pro. Oh God, 27 million. All right, I'm willing to go down to like $1.4 billion. I'm not going much lower than that. Render Suite 3. How much? 21 million. All right, you've done 1.8 million units sold. How much for you? Oh, sure. I'll take that one. That's totally fine by me. We've actually got a couple of things here that are going to be, 18. Never mind. Okay. So that's a few guys now signed up to my platform. They're not necessarily signed to the platform, but the software itself is. So That's not bad. That's a lot of the latest releases now signed up exclusively to sell digitally on V. So hopefully that leads to more people using it. Hopefully that leads to some companies actually signing up to use V. I have my doubts, but I'm willing to find out. A couple more people retiring there. That's okay. That's kind of expected. As long as it's not any team leaders, I don't really have too much to worry about. And I guess let's see how this is going. We have one development point. That's fine. I guess one development point is a thing. We have almost got 3 development points here, so we might see. Oh, that's grim, but that's fine. We might see Sniffer 5 get released. I don't know that we're going to see Morph 6 go out in August, though. So we really might need to just, I don't know, cancel and restart some of these projects. Because we really aren't in a position to support them, I don't think. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get Bucket 5 ported as quickly as we can. And let's just take a look at digital distribution. We've gone up to 18.3% of the market, which is not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. Hopefully that means that we'll see some companies actually coming to us and being like, hey, we would actually like to sign up to your platform rather than you just buying the rights to have games there exclusively. Which reminds me, all software, nothing else has come out. I'm actually noticing that software releases have definitely slowed down. They're definitely happening more in groups now, which is interesting. Let's throw some exclusivity at these guys as well. They're much cheaper because they're a few years older. In fact, let me go for like 4 years on this one, just because I can. I can't do consoles. Oh, that's me. That's the desk. There's Commander Stabby Face. There's this thing. Sure. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go down the list. It's not that expensive for a lot of these guys. They're not necessarily all amazing pieces of software, but like, oh, that's me. That's me. I should probably do it with Nerdrosoft stuff as well, though, now that I think about it, right? So if I look at my recent releases, the desk, for example. Wait, I can do content packs for this? What? Wait, what? Oh, that's new. Interesting. I can add papyrus. Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. That's actually very cool. We're gonna have to do that. Commander Stabby Face. Do we want to do expansions for that? We probably should, but I might wait for Frame to be done because I use my 2D, my 3D, and all those teams for the expansions. I could make expansion dev teams though, and expansions are usually quite small as well. Let's wait. Let me. I mean, these guys came out. So that came out January last year. There's not much point making these exclusive. They should have been exclusive from day one. Let's do a content pack. Let's do a content pack because I never do this. This is new to me. So presentations will be a thing. Spreadsheets can be a thing. That's just more spreadsheets. Word processing can be a thing. Less than a year. One designer, one programmer, one artist. Good lord. Honestly, 2D editor for this. Tech levels. Man, we need to update Bucket. Good lord. All right, let's use this. I want the higher tech levels, and I'm just going to give this to my... I'm just going to give it to the office teams. They can do this. It won't take that long. It's really simple. And source control on the source. I don't know what to call this. It's an office software that we're updating. So we'll call it, I don't know, Desk 2.1, I guess. That seems like a reasonable name. We'll just go Desk, you know, update. I don't know, Desk update 2.1. No, actually just Desk 2.1. We'll keep it simple. So Desk 2.1. We'll go ahead and develop it. It's really going to take no time at all, I would imagine. We'll prioritize it. Yeah, look at that thing. That really is going to take no time at all. So that's perfect. I didn't know I could release content packs for Office software, but that's... Oh, I like that. That makes me happy, man. I like being able to support my software after it goes out. There's something about it. It's just really satisfying. Again, God, I think back to... I need to go and watch my first series in Software Inc. from so many years ago. It'll make me feel old because I'll probably sound a little bit different. Like, I go back and watch some of my first videos, which reminds me, I need to play SimCity 4 again on the channel. But I go back and watch that, and it's, God, what was the intro? It had that, like, weird music to it. That music was a carryover from when this was a Guild Wars 2 channel, which was for, like, a month, and then I deleted all the videos because they were terrible. But it was, like, that weird music. The font was the Guild Wars 2 font for the text in the video. And I don't remember what the intro was. I think it was just, like, it was this weird, like, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Conflict Nerd, and welcome to SimCity 4. Except my voice was higher, and the microphone sounded terrible, and yeah, it was, oh god. It was the City of Cookies. That's like the name of the first video on this channel, is like SimCity 4 Part 1, the City of Cookies. Because I was gonna say I was an idiot teenager, but I was like 18. I made that video when I was 18 and was like, oh, City of Cookies, man. All my emo viewers who are like, totes rawr, that means I love you and dinosaur, haha, cookies. They're gonna love this. Oh, God. I remember, if you know what I'm talking about, you might be sitting there cringing along with me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you might be thinking I've just had a medical episode. I swear I'm fine. The mid-2000s for emo culture up until like 2010 and onwards was a weird time, man. That's all I'm saying. Now, in other news, Sniffer has just released, which is great news. Sniffer 5 is out to the people. Marketing is sparse. It doesn't need to make much money, though, so let's get this thing ported to as much as we possibly can. Release dates, we'll go for those. Actually, we'll just go active users, and we'll just put it on all of those guys, but also on my two upcoming operating systems. We'll go for this one and this one as well. And so we'll get that going. We're also going to slap an exclusivity deal on this for, I'm going to say, a year. That seems fair enough. And we'll start printing this as well with a $75,000 copy cap on that thing. Let's also throw a press build of Frame out there because it is looking like it's going to be this month that it potentially moves into beta, which is fantastic news. It's going to be on track to release this December, and everything else is coming along. We're doing okay. We'll move the Desk 2.1 update into a place where we can see it. And so let me just double check that we're not losing anyone important. No, we're doing okay. Oh god, this is not good. This is not good. It is June 2023 for Hell Fortress 5, but Roaster Coaster 7 was due to release almost a year ago, and it's still, this guy is not good at getting me development. Oh god, I hate it. He's please, oh god, this is gonna get moved into alpha as well, isn't it? I have a feeling Legend of Jandreau is going to get moved into alpha rather than saving up to push Roaster Coaster 7 out. You know what? I'm just going to take this over. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take it over. It's ready to release. A bunch of bugs fixed. Just print some copies. Maximum 250,000. Marketing is whatever. It has no followers. Just release the bloody thing. It's whatever. Give it a budget of 100,000 in marketing, and we'll try to save it that way. Is what we'll do. We'll try and save it that way. I doubt it's gonna work, but it might. It might not. And maybe that's something I should do with other things as well. Maybe I take over Hell Fortress. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping these guys will at least look at Roaster Coaster and be like, wait, am I missing anything here? I don't think I am. Okay. So hopefully they will at least start a design on Roaster Coaster 8. Although I think I probably need to do the marketing and support for, yeah, Roaster Coaster 7's right there. So we'll move support for that up to here, move support for the desk up to there, prioritize Roaster Coaster 7. And is it good? It's great. It's great and inspiring, which is not as good as the last one, but that's to be expected. Wait, no, that's Universe. Oh, Universe just released. No, that Roaster Coaster is great and inspiring as well. Universe being great and inspiring. I mean, the last one was good and inspiring, so this is actually good. Roaster Coaster 7, let's get you ported to some new systems as well. We'll go down the list to about there, and we'll go for Obsidian 3 and Frame as well. So that should be fine. In fact, can I also throw... Is Nerdrosoft Universe 4 there? It absolutely is. So throw that in there. And I have to update it, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring the tech up to date as well. Okay, network, bring it up. Audio, bring that up. 3D, bring that up. 2D, bring it up. And systems, bring it all up. 2D editors on this, honestly, I'm just going to use whatever's available. I'm not really concerned about royalties. I can afford it. So we'll just use absolutely everything there. The teams will be the update team. It's going to be the systems team. It's going to be the 2D team, the 3D team, the audio team, and the network team as well. So all of those teams, we'll go ahead and source control it. We'll hit update, which hopefully isn't going to take too long. We'll prioritize the update as well. And then I'm going to go in and start working on an expansion pack as well. So this will be the RC7. I don't know. Maybe we just go for pack 1, right? Or we'll just randomize and see what we get. Deluxe, Pixel, Majestic, Big Fresh, Big Fresh. All right, you know what? RC7, Big and Fresh is what we'll call this one. The Big and Fresh pack. That's a good one. All right, so we'll give it some graphical overhauls. We can give it some audio as well to get some story in there. We'll give it some systems to get some gameplay in there, and that's fine. 85% with that much wasted. Maybe throw this in there just to get the wasted interest up a little bit. So that'll be all right. The teams on this, I could probably throw the office teams. Actually, no. Level 2 to 3D artist is going to be needed. Oh no, the game didn't freeze. We're all right. So we're going to be looking for the 2D team, the 3D team. We're looking for the audio team, and we're looking for the systems team. That's totally fine. Set this to none. We're looking 2D, 3D, audio, and systems. And in terms of the editors for this, again, I just want the tech level. I don't care about the I don't care about the royalties and the money. I need to get some stuff updated, but we'll just use all of this. And that should be fine. Although I realize, can I bring the expected interest up a little bit? No, we're just going to have a decent bit of wasted interest, which I guess is fine. Let's go ahead and develop that. Let's get that going as well. So the update's the important part. Everything else will take its time. But that's okay. That's good. 3.1 million right there. On Nerdrosoft Universe 4, that's actually a pretty big deal. And that's with sparse marketing. Roaster Coaster 7 has no marketing. It did not sell, but hopefully, eventually it will, once the marketing team gets in and does its thing. Hopefully we can actually see some money come out of that one. And hopefully we can see Desk 2.1 and everything else come along as well. Oh, now this is interesting. We've had a company request access to V, and with them doing that, we currently have 50% of the market share. So I'm going to keep using my ridiculous amounts of money to make things exclusive. So Sniffer is already exclusive. Roaster Coaster 7, we're going to make that exclusive, and we're going to do it for... Honestly, I'm gonna take a risk. We're gonna say 10 years of exclusivity on Roaster Coaster 7. So essentially, you're only ever gonna get it on V, which I think is cool. These guys are already exclusive as well, so sure. I don't suspect that Roaster Coaster 7 is gonna sell all that much, given that no one knows it came out because it was late by almost a year. But sure. I'm okay with that. We also actually have Curling Simulator in the design phase right now, which is exciting. We'll use the word exciting on that one. That seems like a good way to describe good old Curling Simulator. Roaster Coaster 7 actually did just turn 2.6 million in profit right there, so that's beautiful. Good old Nerdrosoft Universe. It's doing all right. That I can't really complain about. And I guess we should market Desk 2.1. It's going to be done in no time. March, April, let's say May for a release on this thing. And it does actually have followers, which is, I don't want to say it's surprising, because I feel like when I say, oh, that's weird, like curling simulator, right? We can joke about it and we can meme about it and we can be like, oh, curling. But like, it's a legitimate sport. Like people, it's like bowling, right? Like people think about bowling and it's like, oh, it's a thing you go and do as a kid, or you go out and do this, or you go and do that. It's bowling. But people take bowling really seriously. Like it's a really competitive thing. And there's like actual skill to it as well. I don't know if this makes, there's like documentaries and stuff on YouTube you can go and look up about like the logistics of bowling and just how serious like bowling competitions are. It's wild. Like people, like it's the same with curling, right? Like this stuff it's pretty serious. Also, Frame is so close to being done, so I think we're looking okay with that one. That release is not going to be too far out. A lot of things here getting ported quite nicely. So that's very good to see. I'm honestly quite happy with where the company's got to. I'm kind of surprised that all of these releases are kind of working out for me. So if we go and look at this, we're up to 58% of the market share. We have another company has signed up with us. They're worth $561 million. So that's not bad. I might actually take my software off of everything else. I maintain 86.3% of consumer reach, so I'm just going to keep my stuff on my own platform so I don't need to sign up to have it exclusive anymore. And that'll hopefully be good for us. We do have some complaints coming through, but hopefully they'll get sorted out. Man, I feel like we've ever so slightly hit our stride here. I've got to be honest. I do kind of feel like we've hit our stride. And we also have a couple of releases still to go. We have, oh god, we have Morph 6 aiming for August 2022. It was due to go, whoa, it was due to go into beta. Oh no. Alright, Morph 6 is going to be delayed. Fortunately, Bucket 6 is aiming for January 2024, so it should be fine. I don't know that Morph will be fine. I might have to take that one over. And we still have Obsidian 3 coming out this year, with Universe 5 aiming for April 2025. So we are not in as bad a place as we once were. I think the theory in the comments on part 23 of the series that we were gradually going to iterate on different things was correct. Even if Universe 4 doesn't sell as much as I would like, I mean, I can bring this price down a little bit, you know, maybe from 319, we maybe want to go down to like 299. Although it suggests 365. I'm going to bring it down to 399 just because I can. I think Roaster Coaster 7, it suggests 55. I was thinking 55. We'll bring that down a little bit. Sniffer 5 is going to come down. It suggests 63. That's going up. I don't really want to go up on anything, but I do think we can have a little bit of fun just bringing those prices down and hopefully keeping people happy. Now, Frame still needs a little bit of systems work. I really hope they get that done. Desk 2.1 has a surprising number of followers. And I guess the point I was getting at when talking about that was, you know, I joke about something like Office software having, you know, followers, right? It's like, oh my god, who's interested in Desk 2.1, like in this kind of nerdy sense? But I realize my job is to play video games. That's inherently kind of nerdy. But also, I get really excited when something like Google Sheets updates. I'm one of these people, because I use Google Sheets for my YouTube schedule. I can go and look at Sheets and see every single video I've posted and what time I posted it for the last 4, maybe 5 years. I think going back to like 2017. And I get excited when it updates. Like I'm currently hoping that one day they do a dark mode for Google Sheets. That would be amazing. But I also get excited for like Photoshop updates. So I guess it's kind of similar, right? Getting excited for like Word or Excel or something to update you know, that these updates could make your life so much easier. Like a dark mode in Google Sheets would save me so many literal migraines. So I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm one of these people. I get excited for these updates, and there really is a surprising number of people interested in Desk 2.1. Let's make sure we're printing copies of this. So print that. We'll go for like 50,000 is what we'll do there. So 50,000 copies of Desk 2.1, and that'll be fine. Hopefully Frame can get moved into beta this month. I do want to make sure it's kind of ready for beta. I don't want to push it in there, you know, before it's good to go. And I'm also thinking we'll just go ahead and release this press release to make sure people are still interested in that. As for the porting jobs, still plenty of them to do, but that's all right. Let's actually go for this. Well, that already is prioritized. Never mind. All right, there we go. So Frame's ready to go into beta. That's a big deal. We can start printing this as well. I'm going to take a risk and say 500,000 copies on Frame. That's 500,000 copies of a new operating system, all going to be in stock, all going to be ready to go. That's kind of wild. And then we'll bring that down to 100,000 copies. So 500,000 initially, and then after that, whatever happens, happens, I guess, is how we're going to look at it. Oh, man. That's kind of wild. I did also, I think, very briefly see Morph 6 pop up. So I think Morph 6 might have just had, yeah, its printing job has been finished, which means it was moved into beta. So now it needs more design points before August, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I might have to take that over. This guy, I mean, hopefully we're okay. Next release is June 2023, so I would imagine it'll be all right. And then hardware, I mean, hardware's fine. Hardware's looking good. I don't think I'm going to swap out the leader on hardware anytime soon, because swapping out these leaders is a bit of a headache. Okay, so it's May 2022. Let's go ahead and release Desk 2.1. It is 5, 5, and 4, which is fine. The marketing budget is going to be $50,000. I don't think it needs to be anything too crazy on this one. I'm not expecting huge amounts of money either, but it's a little expansion for a little old office software, and that seems good. We could push another one of these out, which honestly, I don't hate the idea of doing. I'm just gonna go through. I'm throwing everything at it, absolutely everything, and we'll just call it, I don't know, Desk 2.2, and that'll be fine. The teams on this will just be the good old office teams once again, because they're actually pretty solid at doing this. And that's good. That's going to have everything that they want in there. 2D editor, again, the tech level on Bucket is really disappointing. I really do need to look into updating those. But again, I think what's holding us back there is probably the team leaders, so it's fine. We'll just go ahead and develop that. And I'm not going to prioritize it this time. Those guys can work on whatever they want to work on, whenever they want to work on it, and that'll be all right. A lot of these porting jobs are going to be sitting there for a while, I think, to be quite honest. We're waiting on Frame. We're waiting on Frame. I guess December really is going to be a good time for us. A lot of these guys are also waiting to be ported to Nerdrosoft Universe, which is the one that just went out recently. So we could probably... we hopefully did get a bit of a boost in sales from that. This might actually make a profit, by the way. It is turning some decent money there. Are we updating it though, is my question. So Universe 4 update 11%. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to take that over, is what I'm going to do, because I'd like to see this prioritized. So let me see. It's systems, network, 2D, 3D, audio. All right. So I want to throw systems. I want to throw network. I want to throw 2D. I want to throw 3D, and I want to throw audio at this, because I think updating that phone to a good modern tech level is going to be important, and I need every team doing it. It's going to slow some other things down, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. Brain U Corp is on my platform now. Wow. We're up to 64% of the market share. on our digital distribution platform. That's kind of wild. That is, that's pretty good. Have we had anything else come out? We actually have. These guys just put out an audio tool. It's good. It's ordinary. Let's sign an exclusivity deal. They want 15 million for 10 years. Done. There you go. There's $15 million. You're going to be selling that on my platform exclusively for the next 10 years. I wonder what happens if I close my platform. I would imagine it just cancels the deal, right? It's going to be one of those, for as long as the platform exists, over the next 10 years, you will sell your thing on my platform. If the platform closes, you can go back to selling it wherever you want. But it'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting thing to explore and see if there's a bug in the game where it's like, hey, you closed your platform. They have nowhere to sell for 10 years. That would be, that'd be a bit rough, I think, is what that would be. In other news, the big and fresh pack for Roaster Coaster 7 is ready to develop, so we'll get that going. We can probably move the design of Desk 2.2 up to a place where I can see it. And we can also take a look here. Nerdrosoft Universe 4, 6.8 million throughout May is not bad at all. Roaster Coaster 7, unfortunately, I don't think it's ever going to make anything close to a profit because of the delays. It does have widespread marketing, but it's just not, it's not that successful. It's not that popular. What is kind of cool though, is looking at digital distribution, I'm making a lot of money right there. 38 million last month, 41 the month before. If we look at distribution, I am actually making a profit. A decent chunk of my profit comes from distribution these days. We're getting 23.7 million from the digital store. So essentially, I could, in theory, go ahead and fire pretty much everybody and just maintain a digital store and make money, which would be kind of nuts. I'm not going to do that, but I could do that. We've also been robbed, I think. Yeah, there's apparently a burglar still on the premises. How much did they get away with? They got 2 things. All right, well, fair enough. Let's restore the furniture. I really should just get security here around the clock. That would pretty much deal with all of my issues. Although, again, I have ridiculous amounts of money, so it's not really a problem, I suppose. It's not a big deal. All right, so I just took over Morph 6. It was never going to release in time for August 2022, so now it's February 2024 for the next Tools release, which is fine. Let's go ahead and put this out for Morph. Let's go ahead and hype it as well. And then in terms of marketing this thing, it will be fine. We'll prioritize working on it. In fact, you know what? We'll not bother prioritizing working on it. We'll just go ahead and sort of put out a press build, and we'll see what happens. We'll move the hype up to a place where we can at least see it. And hopefully Morph 6 will be all right. We are looking like we can probably get this Roaster Coaster 7 release out shortly. Same with Desk 2.2. A lot of updates, honestly. A whole lot of updates, and I'd like to get as many of them out as I possibly can. I would also like to make sure that we maintain the market share, 61.2. It did dip down a little bit to 45.5, but for the most part, we're doing okay. There's been no other releases thus far. And actually, looking at all the other companies, there's still a decent number of them. What have we got coming out in the near future? We actually have nothing. A whole lot of stuff in December, though. Good lord. So we've got antivirus, adventure game. We can't have this. There's a lot of stuff in December we can lock in. Next year, we have a lot of stuff in May. And a few things here and there as well. So yeah, 2022, December, it's a bit stacked. It's definitely a bit stacked. Oh my god, IntOS 3 is due to come out. That's bad. That's a direct competitor to Frame. Okay. Who makes IntOS 3? IntOS 3 is Risk Interactive. Can I buy Risk Interactive? $846 million. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna buy everyone else's shares. It's a ridiculous amount of money to do this, but I'm just gonna buy a massive chunk of this company. So all of that, I now own 15% of the company. 159 million for that, but I'm gonna do it. I now own 34.7% of Risk Interactive, which, I mean, are they willing to give me Int OS if I trade the IP? No. Int OS 2 though, I'm gonna get an exclusivity deal, 1.1 million on that one. And I'm going to do the same with everything else they have here as well, which I think I've already got on that one. So basically all I need to do is make sure that as soon as IntOS releases, I go ahead and sign it up for exclusivity on V. And then even if it stomps all over Frame, at the very least, I'm getting a cut. I'm getting 30% of its digital sales, which for an operating system, that seems like a pretty good cut. It's going to be expensive, right? It's going to be popular, so that seems reasonable. It's a ridiculous amount of money, but it seems reasonable. So it's August 2022. Morph 6 has gone out and is okay. I don't hate that. We'll go ahead and throw $70,000 at a marketing campaign for good old Morph 6. We'll get that up to the top as well. It's been a while since we've marketed Morph directly, but that's fine. It is good, it's inspiring, it is also exclusive for 10 years. We're just going to start doing that with all of my software because we've gotten to that point. In terms of printing, let's go ahead and say 100,000 as a max right there. And we'll see how that goes for us. Hopefully very well. And hopefully it sells. It needs to make 2.1 million to make a profit, which I'm relatively confident it can probably do. Although my marketing teams are busy. That's definitely the word I'm going to use to describe my marketing teams. Definitely busy. But capable. Still definitely capable. So overall, I mean, we're still doing okay. We're surviving. I mean, I don't think we're going to run out of money anytime soon, to be quite honest with you. I think we are definitely in a place where I think the company's going to be just fine. Now, I am noticing more contracts coming into print things for May of next year, so not only are we going to be able to sign up a whole bunch of exclusivity deals for this December, May 2023, I think is going to have a few of them as well. Now, we've got another company wanting access to my platform, which is fine. We're down to 48.5% of the market, which I don't love, but hopefully that can go back up a little bit. Do we want to update this? I guess we probably should try and update this to have better tech levels. So we'll go ahead and throw none. We do want 2D. We do want network, and we do want systems on that though. And we'll fix the bugs while we're there. Although that's going to be mostly the update teams. So we'll get all of those teams on there. We'll go ahead and update, and that'll hopefully keep people nice and happy with regards to V. And might encourage a couple of companies to stick with us right there as well. Honestly, 50% of the market share for the platform is not bad. That is not bad at all. We're up to, 51 million active users on V as well. So, really good numbers. Really, really good numbers there. Morph 6, 1.1 million in sales. Not bad. Could be better. Not terrible. We'll get it ported, I guess, while we're here. We'll put it on Frame, we'll put it on these guys, and that'll give Morph 6 a bunch more potential consumers right there. We'll move this update to a place where I can see it as well. And what is it still? It's August. Okay, so next month is Roaster Coaster 7's Big and Fresh Pack, which is relatively popular. I don't think it's going to reignite any interest in Roaster Coaster 7, but it's popular. And speaking of the Big and Fresh Pack, it is 5 stars across the board. It's getting a $50,000 marketing budget. We'll go ahead and put it out there. And we'll go to right here and start to print this. So we'll go for about, well, we'll do unlimited and then say about 100,000 copies. I think that's probably going to be more than enough, considering Roaster Coaster 7 was not all that popular. It really didn't sell. It's not really made money, which is, it's upsetting. For sure. It's definitely a little bit upsetting, but we'll deal with that. It's not the end of the world. It's, you know, it was delayed, it was late, it's whatever. We knew that was going to happen, so it's totally fine. Regardless, hopefully that does make a little bit of cash, because I would like it to. I was going to say because next month we have a big thing happening, but honestly, I'm more interested in next month's big thing, because that's going to be Obsidian 3. It's also worth pointing out that the Desk 3 got brought forward to November 2022. So we have releases every month, is what I'm saying. So Morph 6 is already exclusive. I don't know if I can set an add-on to be exclusive, can I? No, but I would assume if the main game's exclusive, the add-on's exclusive, so we'll assume that's how that works. My point being, we're releasing something every month for the rest of this year, including a console, including, you know, a computer operating system, including updates for Desk 2.2, including the Desk 3. So, I mean, it's a good time. It's a good time for the company. And now that it's October 2022, we can put Desk 2.2 out to the people. It's already being printed. Marketing campaign, $50,000. And things are getting really exciting, because this is now going to be when our third console goes out to the people. It's hopefully going to be good. It better be good. It better be better than the last one at the very least. It also better actually release, because I feel like project management hasn't put anything out for a hot minute. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would very much like it to actually happen, is what I'm saying. Hell Fortress 5 is just finished printing. Oh god, it got brought forward, didn't it? It brought it forward. Hell Fortress 5 is in beta. It's aiming for March 2023. Oh boy. Oh no. No. Oh, I don't know if they can do it. Don't know if they can do it. I'm going to extend the dev time up a little bit on that project, because I just don't know that they're capable. I really don't. Really don't know that they're capable of actually meeting those goals, but that's whatever. At this point, it doesn't really matter. At this point, we're kind of committed to what we're doing with this company, so we'll see how it goes. No other releases there, which is fine. 38.9%. We really fell off on the market share right there. Good lord. I'm not lowering my cut. I refuse to do that. I will not lower the cut that I take from digital sales. I have the best platform. Everybody knows it. They just don't want to admit it. That's the way I'm looking at things right here. Now, like I said, Obsidian 3 due out this month. We do have the points to do it. So I guess they're going to be aiming for an October, you know, the second half of October to release this thing, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I don't mind it being a little bit later in the month. It keeps things interesting, gives us a little bit more time to do it. And as long as it does release, I just don't really mind. And then, of course, November is Desk 3, and then December is the big one. There we go. Obsidian 3 has gone out to the people. It is mediocre. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's mediocre and ordinary, just like the last one. The last one only did 55,000. Why does it get sparse marketing? What is going on there? So, pre-marketing is marketing 6 and marketing 7. I'm going to throw marketing 1 at my hardware, I think. That seems like a fair thing to do, you know? So we'll get marketing 1 on this. Oh, that's grim. That's a bit grim. I don't love that. Let's throw it on the assembly line. Let's say 50,000 units, I guess. That's a bit rough. I was hoping it would be good, but no, it's just as bad as the rest of them. That's thoroughly disappointing. I've got to be honest. I got nothing. I got nothing on that one. Got absolutely nothing there. I don't think it's going to sell. I don't think it's going to be successful, but you know what? It's fine. We have what I'm assuming to be phenomenal computer operating system due out in 2 months. We also have the update for V, which has 1 bug left to be fixed. So you know what? Everybody gets assigned to this. If you could all work on that and finish that bug, there we go. So hopefully that's going to reignite interest in V. And, I mean, Morph 6 we need to update as well, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be getting automatically updated. So, we'll see what ends up happening there. A whole bunch of ports ready to go as soon as Frame goes out as well, which is also very exciting. So, Oh, this is a bit much. This is a lot. I mean, we're making money. We're definitely making money. 25 million is pretty good. 31 million there is pretty good. I'm actually curious to see just how much money we make across all of October 2022. So let's have this tick forward into November. 35 million. 35 million is not bad at all. It being November, though, we should now see the desk 3 go out. And so we're close. We're almost there. And there it is. It's outstanding. It's inspiring. It needs to make 1.2 million to make a profit. So let's go ahead and start printing this guy. Maximum 100,000 copies right there. I imagine it can do it. And we could probably go ahead and put out a bit of a content pack for that if we really wanted to, but I'm kind of just wanting to hold off. I want to get this thing ported, if I'm perfectly honest. I want to get it on Frame. I want to get it on... I mean, it's on everything else, so just port it to Frame. Morph 6, I think we're already porting it. We are. So, not bad. Hopefully the Desk 3 being outstanding and inspiring will actually happen to generate a good amount of profit. It's $80, which is a pretty big deal. Also, Obsidian 3, just to point out, it sold 17 units. 17 units. It sold 17! It sold terribly. Good lord. That is embarrassing. And then the Desk 3, I mean, it didn't even sell any more. It made, oh my god. Alright, well, I guess I had that coming. Oh my god, we've gone up to 74.3% of the market share on V. That's pretty great, actually. Any other releases? No. Let's put the Desk 3 on there exclusively for 10 years. And Morph 6 is already exclusive for 10 years, so that's fine. I guess the next big thing is going to be next month when everybody releases their stuff and I just snatch all of it up. Absolutely everything. As soon as it ticks over to December 2022, everything's mine. I'm going to just have all of it exclusive to V for the next 10 years, which is, I would assume, going to push my market share up considerably. It's going to be all the biggest releases of the year. This is what Epic's been doing with the Epic Store, isn't it? This is basically, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's a similar idea, right? This is basically what they've been doing. Also, with the amount of people that always wait for elevators here, I really should have done something about stairs. I really, really should do something about the stairs situation, because it's a bit ridiculous. It really is. I'm trying to figure out how I would do it. I could put some stairs in here if I got rid of these toilets. So can I, is that a thing I can do? Can I like grab you guys and merge? I'll grab you guys and, oh, don't do that. And merge. Can I not do that? I don't think I can do that, can I? Ooh, okay. All right, idea. Build mode. Give me a wall here and merge these guys together. Go ahead and select all of the furniture in those spaces. Get rid of you, and give me an archway and an archway. All right. And I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. Can I go up a floor? Nope. All right. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see how good this is. Going to see how good my design is. How long are the stairs? 3? All right. So I need to get rid of that light. There's no lights in there. Okay. So my thinking here is that I can get a staircase there. And then I can get a staircase, wait, like this. That's hideous. Hold on, that needs to be moved there. So that kind of works, right? That gives us stairs. It's not great, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit hideous, but it does the job. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and put some room dividers down the sides of the stairs, Let's do some room dividers here and sort of around all of this to make it a little bit less hideous. I don't think there's really much I can do here to make this objectively less hideous than it is, but it works, right? And that's kind of what I'm going for. Is I just need something that works. So that will hopefully just make it a little bit easier for people to get up and down the building. Right? That's hopefully going to reduce the load on the elevators. I mean, eventually people are going to hit the elevators anyway, but anyone going up and down the first 3 floors can now avoid the elevators if they really want to, which is hopefully going to just make things easier. Anyway, it is now December. Let me have a quick look at my profits and whatnot. Desk is doing good. Obsidian 3 didn't sell at all, which is great. And then we have all software. So you immediately exclusivity deal, 51 million. Oh boy. All right, sure. There's $51 million. There's $14 million. That's fine. I'm willing to give them that money because I'm just gonna absorb the market. The market is going to be me and V exclusively. That's all people are gonna be allowed to sell on. And I think it is making me money. I mean, if I look at it, digital distribution is giving me 22 million a month, right? So that's not bad. I am making a profit from all of this distribution. So even though I'm spending, 50 million there, 50 million here, I'm eventually making it back, I think. So it's honestly not too bad. Now let's take a look at releases. Still a lot of stuff to go this month. I do want to look at Risk Interactive though. If they get any more, no more shares, that's fine. I don't love that. I don't love that they don't, but sure. Let's release Frame. Is it good? Oh no, it's not. Well, they don't know who I am. Quality could be better. Marketing campaign, $150,000 for that one. A lot of porting jobs just got finished, which is great news. So let's just see how this goes. Let's make sure that that's there. Let's update this thing to all of the latest tech levels. Just across the board, everything needs to be up to date. The teams on this are not going to be everybody, but it is going to be my update teams because we are going to be looking at bugs. It is going to be the networking teams. It is going to be the audio teams. It'll be the 3D teams, the 2D teams, and the systems teams as well. So that's fine. That's hopefully not going to take forever to get done. We'll prioritize it as a top priority. And again, hopefully isn't going to take forever to do that. How is it? It's outstanding and ordinary. I mean, that's not terrible. The price recommended is 126. I'm going to do 125. I'm going to hit it with exclusivity as well. So that's fine. And then looking at all software. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it sells. Hopefully it's outstanding at the very least. So we've got that going for us. That's better than nothing, right? It is outstanding. So here's hoping for good things there. There are a lot of pieces of software that are on Frame already, which is great. It's supported by a bunch of Nerdrosoft software, of course. So, oh, it's got sparse marketing though. Ugh. Okay. That might hurt us a little bit. So Frame sold 4,100 copies, $457,000 in profit. It's not amazing, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Int OS sold 71,000. I'm going to immediately hit it with a 10-year exclusivity. Doc Light, immediate exclusivity. This guy, I'm just going to throw money at these companies. I do not care. I want that exclusivity for 10 years just across the board. That's how we're looking at this. So I've spent ridiculous amounts of money right there. But what is interesting is that Risk Interactive actually already signed up to use my platform. It's just that now they are kind of exclusively using my platform with their new operating system. So what I'm curious about is going into 2023, what is the percentage of, what is my market share going to be? What percentage of the market is going to be using V? That's kind of my end goal here. I also apparently lost, I guess, a bunch of money on deals because I am spending hundreds of millions of dollars to, you know, basically buy exclusivity from these guys. But that's kind of okay. I think it's potentially going to be worth it in the long run. I don't necessarily expect that I'm ever going to make back the hundreds of millions that I'm spending, but at the same time, I'd say there's a chance. Because if I'm doing, you know, 20 million a month in distribution, then, you know, 10 months down the line, that's $200 million, right? So if you extrapolate that over 10 years, there's a solid chance I'm going to make back the money that I'm spending to sign these pieces of software to V. There's a chance that it won't. There's a chance that it's all a terrible idea. But there's a chance it also works. So we'll see what happens. It is about to be January 2023. We'll probably have a fire inspector yelling at us as well. Let's take a look. Let's have a look at our software first. 673,000 there. So Frame is picking up a little bit. Desk 3 is doing all right. Obsidian actually did make a little bit of money there. Looking at digital distribution, we have 80% of the market. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. 80% of the market is pretty huge. Looking at income, we are looking at 24.5 million from the digital store. And looking at overall software releases, I don't know if IntOS is going to do better or worse by being on my store exclusively, but I like to think that I've taken a bit of a business-minded approach with Nerdrosoft here, so no complaints. Let's go ahead and take these hosting deals. We'll throw them onto my servers. So not only are they using my store as the only place to sell their software, they're using my servers to host their software. So I really have entered an interesting place with this company. And you know what? Despite all of the mediocre software, it is exactly where I would want to be with this company. And so I'm not going to drag this out. I'm not going to go on and on and on. All I'm going to say is that's going to do us for today. That's going to do us for Software Inc. Hard Mode. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always. I will try my best to remember to put a link in the video description so you can download all of the blueprints for all of the buildings from this series. If you do, let me know what you do with them at ConflictNerd on Twitter, discord.gg/ConflictNerd, or just leave something down in the video description. But the important thing is, thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.